Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I just want to talk about something a little bit different. Here I have my friend on the line, and I'm just going to tell you guys a very interesting story about him and Verge. You guys may have seen this coin pretty much explode in the past few months. This coin went all the way from a few Satoshis to 1,000 Satoshis. And this person has a very, very interesting story on how he made up to $1 million with this currency. So anyways, let's get right into it.
Hey, crypto advisor. It's kind of a blessing in disguise kind of story where I had gotten my account frozen on Bittrex because of I set up a separate trading account for Gunbot and basically had done the identity verification on that account. Mm-hmm. But I had already done the identity verification on my main account as well. And nothing happened at that point in time, but a month later, Bittrex was acting kind of skittish.
Yeah.
And asked me on my main account to redo the identity verification. So I did it. And then immediately right after, it flagged me for suspicious activity, completely froze my account, and basically just didn't allow me to do any trades from any of the positions I was in. And I was heavy in Verge at the time, FYI, and then didn't allow me to do any withdrawals, period. So I'm freaking out because I'm not in the mainstream coins at the time. I'm in, some pretty obscure altcoins, and it's one thing to be in Bitcoin and be frozen. Yeah, it's another thing to be in, $80,000 into Verge and be frozen.
And what was the price of Verge at this time? Like around what were you trading it at?
It was at 55 Satoshis at that time.
Wow.
Yeah, 55 sats. So, yeah, I mean, got locked up. I think it was November 28th, and days and days went by. I think 10 days went by and still no response from customer service. I'm freaking out, sending emails over saying, hey, I'm frozen. I'm in highly volatile positions. I need, to at least have the option for liquidity here, literally received zero response.
Wow.
Meanwhile, suddenly, like maybe 12 or so days afterwards, Verge, started picking up some steam. And, truthfully, I knew it had some potential. I'd been in it for about a year.
Yeah.
Bought it back at 50 Satoshi back in the day, traded out of it at, 200 Satoshi, got back into it again at around 55 Satoshi, held on to it up to 160, traded a little bit out of it, but held on to majority of my thing. And then averaged all the way down to 75 sats and all the way down to 55 sats. And held it to 55 sats, I should say, and then it got frozen. The charts looked good on it. I felt like 55 was the base.
Yeah.
Felt pretty comfortable, but would have been nice to have some liquidity there, just in case. And so it starts taking off. Long story short, it starts taking off. The Wraith protocol was coming out. There were some positive things, positive news, picking up steam, and McAfee tweets about it. And I think that
yeah,
that was
huge.
That went nuts. I mean, it was a catalyst for it needed some sort of ignition or catalyst, and that was it.
And
so it just started.
As it was going up, what were you thinking? Like, would you have sold if you had access to it, or what?
Well, that's what I was telling Bittrex. I'm like, you guys are costing me money right now because the thing could dump at any time, and I can't trade out of it.
Yeah.
And it just kept going up, and truthfully, I might have taken some profits. Maybe not the entire position, but yeah, I probably would have. I think it's prudent to always take profits after a parabolic spike.
For sure.
So I probably would have taken probably a quarter of my position off, at least initially. So, and to be fully transparent, I had 4 million Verge at that time.
Oh yeah. So whenever you finally sold it, like around what price was Verge at? Like what was your?
I sold a quarter of my position at 1940. Actually,
wow!
I timed that perfectly.
Yeah, that's right at the top.
But I held on to the rest and sold some of it down at 15, sold some of it down at 13, down to 11, down even at 900 sats, and I still have a good amount left.
Oh wow. So what was your total profit on that trade?
About it said like 16 BTC total profit so far realized.
That's crazy. And were there any other coins that you were holding that did anywhere like near those results?
Not at the time. Maybe 3 or 4 X's. I was holding BQX Ethos at the time as well. Yeah. Had Stellar, a little bit of it. It's hard for me to really think about what coins I was holding at the time because I was so focused on XVG. I was just all over that during that whole time because it was a rush. I tell you, going from 55 sats to like 2,000 sats was nuts.
For sure.
So, and then finally, just being focused on being locked up on it too,
And yeah. I mean, what do you plan on doing with the money that you made from the coin? Like, what do you plan on buying something or reinvesting?
Yeah. So check this out. So some of it kind of worked out nicely. So I sold some of the XVG at that on the 23rd, I think it was, or 24th. And I bought this coin called Knowles with it, NULS.
Oh yeah.
And I think I got that at like I think I only can remember USD equivalent, but $1.70.
Wow.
At the time. Yeah, so it that helped out a little bit. I added to my BQX position, which was pretty decent. It's been hammered, quite a little bit lately. Probably because some people view the Robinhood thing as a competition, which I don't. I'm pretty long on Ethos. I think when they deliver their wallet in Q1, it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
I held on to Verge. I still think, in the long run, I think dude, there's just been so much FUD around this coin, and a lot of it's been fake. That eventually I think that's going to get fleshed out. I think they have an audit, security audit on their token coming soon.
Oh, that's
like a third-party security audit, which will kind of finally dispel some of the rumors. I mean, you had their marketing guy do like a fake countdown. That hit, and people freaked out and lost it, sold off. The same marketing guy caused more FUD and said that the development team and the marketing team weren't talking to each other for 2 months, which was totally fake. That was debunked. You had someone else on Reddit post that IPs were leaking eventually, and then the Monero guys kind of reposted it, and that turned out to be FUD as well. So I think in the long run, I think there's still some potential for that coin. And not a lot of people disagree with me, call it like a noob coin or whatnot, but I think with the mainstream, it's still going to catch on as some of the newer people are going to start gravitating towards crypto and look at some of the options for privacy out there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Verge has become such a popular currency. I think Verge, Stellar, and Ripple have all three definitely been in the spotlight for the public, and I think it's pretty crazy how much growth they've all had. So yeah, I mean, so I guess, do you plan on doing a lot more long-term holds? I mean, do you make more day trades, or do you just really like holding on to coins that you believe in?
So I actually 3/4 of my portfolio is holds, and 1/4 of it is trades. But I like more of the fundamental analysis, and I do it's kind of a conflict, right? Because TA doesn't necessarily believe in news sensitivity or anything, but if you have a coin you truly believe in the technology in, and you think it's going to do something, then just buy and hold it. Really, like I had Walton coin way back in the day because I like the concept of the Guardian master node. I just like the word Guardian. So I wanted one. So I bought it and I held it. And, I just think a lot of these coins, Walton coin, Ven, they have real world applications. Third-party logistics tracking, transparent on the blockchain, I think is going to be a big deal. So those are my main, those are my horses right now. Walton coin, Knowles, Ethos. I think those are 3 solid coins.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for telling your story. I think that was definitely very interesting and funny. How something that seems so bad could turn out so well. And
Yeah.
yeah, thank you so much for talking to me. And thank you guys so much for watching. And see you guys in the next video.